Hey guys, it's Dustin the Pro Picker here, and we're going to hit some thrift stores and look for some things to flip online for a profit. Still a little bit under the weather here, so bear with me. I don't remember, I actually think I did put back this Brett Favre jersey. So this William Rast, that's what it is, William Rast, the sell-through is like pretty awful on it, so I did end up putting that back. I thought this jacket was kind of interesting, but I did not end up popping on it. So this is something you should always look out for, these great courses, great courses here, the DVDs and book sets. However, at $2.99 on those specific ones, I did end up having to pass, but I will always pop on a 3D Blu-ray player for what, $4.99? That's definitely a buy. This in here is actually a Discman. It's really hard to see, but I believe it was $2.99, so not too bad. And it did end up working, thankfully. On to another store here. I only make a couple pickups, one of them being this DVD VCR combo. It was $14.99, but it did come with the remote, and this one's actually a pretty decent unit. That comp might be a tad high on it, though. And then afterwards, I look around the store, I end up at the clothing here, and this is a Dayton baseball, like UD, and t-shirt. And it's actually single stitch vintage, so I do pick that up for a little bit under $3, I think, or around $3. Should be a pretty decent purchase, nothing too crazy. And then I'm going to show you 2 trips to this specific store here. And I grab a couple pairs of Merrells here. I did sell one of them already for like $5 a piece. The Toy Story thing didn't work as well as I thought it did in store, but we did end up selling it, making a little bit of profit, but nothing to write home about. I did pick up this Defiant lock set as well for $7.99, and now we're going back into the store where I find this Pendleton. It is short sleeve, so it's not going to be like anything insane. I've already sold these cool pants here that I paid $5 for $40 shipped. And then I do pick up this Roblox carrying case here, guys, for like, I think it was like $6, $10, something like that. Little lightsaber deal. We've sold the Talking Mario and the Red Christmas Starbucks tumbler. I do have both of the next Starbucks items here listed currently, and these are just kind of based off of sold comps here, but I'll pop it up on the screen for you. And I think these were pretty productive trips out to the Goodwill, so let's get into what we have in store next.
I decided to go to this thrift store and see what I could find to resell. I looked at this Blu-ray player, but they wanted $10 for it, and that wasn't really what I wanted to spend. But then I saw this lighted deer in a box here, and it's around Christmas time, so they go pretty well. I thought about it, and it was only $3, so I thought it was going to be a win, and I believe it already sold. I looked down at this typewriter. These usually go pretty well for us. And I thought it was going to go well, too. So I picked that up, but not before testing it to make sure it worked. I did take a look at these Uggs. Sometimes I'll pick these up, but sometimes I won't because sometimes the tags are ripped out of them and you can't tell what size they are. So I put those back. I did look at a couple blazers. That one was a good pickup for us. I did take this one on a tour of the store. This particular store doesn't have very good self-service, so you can only look things up at the front. And when I got to the front, I decided it was definitely a putback. But on the way back up, I got to pick up these shoes. And that was my trip to the thrift. To this thrift. Before I went home, I stopped at the Goodwill and didn't find much, but I like to pick up Stephen King stuff, and this VHS was one that I decided to get.
Two of them controllers don't have backs on
right, guys. Yeah, this was a deal from in September, so just wanted to share it with you. It's pretty dark out here, but it's a pretty decent one, so here we go.
Drivers and putter in there. That whole bunch of bowling balls.
Let's make a little pile over here. We'll work something out. Okay, that's the other Xbox. This might be one of those days where I actually take a nap afterwards.
I love watching your videos, man.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
The way you explain stuff. On the PS3s,
Yeah.
I want to do 30. On PS4 is 35. I mean, I gotta sell them all or nothing. There's a few good ones, but most of them are like $5, $8, $10 games. A couple good ones. But I can't separate them. It's 60 for all of them.
Well, what would you think?
just to
What
get
would you think on everything?
Oh, geez.
Just a whole. Well, not the cars though.
Right.
Cut me a good deal on that. Like.
What is your? I'm asking 30 for this one.
30? Yeah, I'll pass on that.
Yeah, it's like $100 probably.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Like 160.
160 on everything? Yeah, I can make that work.
Alright.
I do want to say thank you again for the great deal, man. Really do appreciate it. So, yeah, it turned out to be a pretty good one. I get a lot of questions about like Xbox 360s and consoles and stuff, and what do you do if it doesn't work? Well, first off, I'm not sure if all three of these worked or not, because I just kind of stacked a lot of consoles together, and then we ended up doing a big test and list prior to the holiday season this year. But we did have a handful of 360s and other consoles that didn't work. Usually, I don't do anything to repair these, and I'll just put them up for parts and try to get my money back out of them. And then the ones that do work, typically I bought them cheaply enough that the profit more than makes up for any losses that I incur. And usually, again, like, you know, if I sell a console for parts or something, I'm getting most of my money back. So it's not too bad of a risk or gamble. And then you could also sell like the accessories and stuff, or use the parts from like one console, like say it's missing the hard drive door, you just take the hard drive door, put it on another one. Or if, you know, it's missing the AC adapter or whatever, then you can use the AC adapter from a non-working unit if that wasn't the problem with that unit. It's typically not that high risk. That's why I'm not going around and paying like $50, $70 on 360s and stuff. Like, I'll typically like pass those by if I see that out in the wild, unless it's coming with like a ton of games or something else like as a kicker. Overall, this deal was a really good one overall, because there was enough volume in it that I didn't really have to worry about such things. And yeah, was definitely great working with him on that. And something I did want to say, guys, from myself and from Jessica, Happy New Year's, everyone. Really appreciate all the support in 2022. I have big plans for 2023 for the channel, so definitely a lot to look forward to, I promise. It's going to be a wild one. Thank you again so much for everything in 2022. I'm rambling a little bit, and that's just because I'm finally coming off of being sick and still a little bit of scratchy throat still, but we're recovering. Jess has been sick too, so definitely hasn't been fun, but we've made it through it, so back to work, I guess. Again, thank you so much. I'll see you in the next video.